we are not doing well. Mr. Speaker, I want to call the House's attention to the fact that this perhaps are some of the fallouts or the consequences of the illegal miners on their own are invading and taking over cocoa farms. Mr. Speaker, we also know of the case of smuggling, where some cocoa farmers are smuggling their cocoa beans and other cocoa products across the boundaries of this country because of the low pricing that they get for their produce in this country. Mr. Speaker, this is very important, given that cocoa is one of the major cash crops that we rely on as far as our foreign earnings are concerned. So although I support the motion and I'm advocating for its adoption,
Speaker, in supporting the motion, I want us to refer ourselves to paragraph 5.5 on page 9. Speaker, this is about the decline in cocoa production, and the earlier speakers have actually spoken on this issue. Speaker, the committee observed that the 2020 for the 2020 production 585,680 tons of cocoa beans and 273,335 tons of cocoa, 1,184 tons of cocoa beans and 280,742 tons of cocoa products. Speaker, in actual fact, so, Mr. Speaker, a number of issues will have to be addressed if we have to maintain our #2 position as the cocoa producer in this country. Mr. Speaker, with these few words, I want to urge the House to support the motion number 30 moved by our chairman. Mr. Speaker, I thank you for the opportunity.
I now put the question. Yes, Seymour, contribution. Yes, Deputy Minister of Finance.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I would like to thank and take this opportunity to thank the committee, for the support we continue to enjoy from them and the advice that they gave to us. I just want to draw the attention of the House to one thing that is really worrying. When you look at the full position for 2020, the net position was positive. The total receipts was about $12.1 billion, and then the total payments, 11.69. So there was a net position of $491 million. But it's still worrying that our imports, we have submitted many requests for the 1D, 1F exemption, and Parliament has still not been able to approve of these things. These things, I believe that if these companies, if they are approved, will give them some leverage to also to be able to compete with their counterparts outside, and thereby reducing imports at the end of the day. So, Mr. Speaker, I would want for Parliament to look at the 1D, 1F request of over 30 of
taking statements now. Thank you.
Sorry?
Speaker,
I haven't heard you.
Is it page 9? Motion 11 on page 9, please.
Honorable members, I will prefer we finish up with motion number 14. Motion number 14 on the standing orders, which we started yesterday. We need to complete it today before we deal with new matters. So I'll call on the House for us to.
And not just cocoa, but a number of state enterprises are recording huge losses. Decisions are taken without a business case. And therefore, I believe the new standing orders providing for this committee, and if the committee is well directed and well resourced, can bring a number of these private entities into under the strict control of Parliament. Control in the sense of these enterprises providing, because the Attorney General came to this House and categorically stated that the Auditor General has more powers to audit private limited liability.
To contribute in support of the motion under reference for the adoption of the report of the Standing Orders Committee, recommending to the House to adopt the review standing orders by resolution under a power conferred on us by Article 1101 of the 1992 Constitution instead of Article 11(7). Mr. Speaker, in doing so, I want to place on record that standing orders as a rule that governs this House is a communicative action, is an instrument of social engineering, and just like a law, it must be in aid of development and must take into consideration the current in this part. Some of the innovation brought about in this particular standing orders is captured by paragraph 4.0 of the report, and by way of rehashing, if I may mention a few. In the new or revised standing orders, we have the backbenchers' time, which I believe strongly every backbencher will be happy about.